is Leo Siron from Leo Siron Games and the Gaming Generation. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is merely a few weeks away from us. And of course the hype train is strong, especially after that marvelous trailer they released in the Switch presentation a few weeks ago. But not everything is roses and happiness, because there are some things that may or may not happen that maybe could derail the hype train. Well, now, I'm not saying that I'm not excited for the game. I'd just like to point out 5 things that I'm afraid that can happen with the game, and that would make me really disappointed. Not necessarily to the point of spoiling the game for me, but that I really want not to happen. The first one. Are they going to use bokoblins everywhere? You know, the default goblin enemy. The most footage we have with Breath of the Wild is covered with bokoblins everywhere. Of course, we've got the Guardians. At night we got the Stalfos or Stalchilds, I don't know what exactly those are. And we've got even some variations of the bokoblins, but variations still count as bokoblins. The main reason why I'm really concerned about that is that in Skyward Sword there were bokoblins everywhere, and there were very few of other enemies. We had some bats, we had even less bats than bokoblins. Stalfos and Lizalfos were very rare, they only appeared on very specific locations, and the overworld was mainly filled with bokoblins. Bokoblins everywhere, come on! I like fighting diverse enemies. Don't make me fight the same kind of enemy and its subtle variations over and over again, please, Nintendo. In Twilight Princess there were many bokoblins as well, but I feel the variation of enemies was bigger, especially inside dungeons. In the Wind Waker the variation was very nice, it was very well balanced. We had those big pigs, maybe they're bokoblins too, I'm not sure. And we've got the small bokoblins really, and we've got many other true jellies, Stalfos, those forest flying things. There were variation. Twilight Princess a little less, Skyward Sword a lot less variation. And in Breath of the Wild, please, very a lot, Nintendo. I want to fight many enemies to explore the use of the many weapons I will have at my disposal. Talking about those weapons, one thing that I'm afraid at is having to throw away equipment I really love. Because the weapons break in this game. Shields, bows, spears, swords, clubs, everything breaks. Well, the Master Sword may not break. Or may it? But that's something about the story, something deep about the story. The Master Sword won't break unless it's something meaningful, right? But all the other items can break. And I'm the kind of player that I get really attached to my equipment. In Monster Hunter, even if a weapon is way weaker than the ones I have now, my newest weapons, I won't throw it away if I had used that weapon a few times. I grew attached to the items very fast. I know this is silly, maybe this is just me, but it's one fear of mine, okay? That goes for weapons. Maybe we can lose horses. I don't know if we'll be able to lose the horses we tame or not, but I really, maybe this will help me exercise my detachment from things, you know, get more enlightened. I don't know, but that's a fear of mine as of now. Well, the third thing that makes me scared about the game is having to side quest too much in order to have the minimum amount of quest items I really need to. What I mean is, will I have to spend too much time hunting the boars in order to get meat? Will I have to explore the woods too much to get the vegetables again, to get Link healthy? Arrows seems to be more scarce in this game. Will I have to save them too much or look after them too much in order to be able to shoot at my will? I know this is all a matter of balance, because I really think that exploring and hunting the boars and going after the vegetables and going after the arrows, all that might be fun. It might be fun. But if they don't balance it very well, it might become a chore. A chore that gets in the way of adventuring towards my goals, you know? That's all a matter of balance, and I hope they strike that balance, or else things might get a little annoying at times. The fourth thing. Recently I watched a new video, I think it's new at least. It was uploaded this week on YouTube about a gameplay video on the wilds. And you know, Shigeru Miyamoto and Eiji Aonuma and everyone involved with the production of this game has been talking about how interactive all the elements of the game are. Like, you put fire on the grass, the wind blows, it will spread the fire. You can really grab boxes with the magnet ability of the Shaker Slate and do wonders with it and solve puzzles in different ways and things like that. But one little detail in that video made me concerned that those physics interactions might not be as free as one might expect, because it's a silly thing. Maybe that does not mean anything, or maybe it does. In the video, the player wants to shield surf. You know that cool thing you do to slide down hills? The player tries to shield surf down a little slope he created by placing a metal object with the magnet. He placed it diagonally. When he's trying to go surfing on that thing, the skating stops. It's a slope. It's an object. It's a solid object in a slope. But for some reason, he's not able to skate there. Things like that wouldn't happen, for example, in Mario 64, because everything there was really... They had their interactions. If there was some kind of slope and you've got some kind of sliding object, they would interact. In that case, it didn't work in Breath of the Wild. I hope that's not the rule, that's just an exception, and that we can really do many creative interactions. I hope that, but I also fear that we may not, okay? And the last one is the fifth one, a little conspiracy theory. Now, I love Nintendo, okay? I have all the consoles from the Super Nintendo up to the Wii U. But they're a company, and a company always strives to sell their products, especially their new products. Then Breath of the Wild is coming out for both the Wii U and the Switch. Similar case to what happened to Twilight Princess, that came out for both the GameCube and the Wii. Now, what makes me really concerned is that they nerf the Wii U version in order to sell more Nintendo Switches and their version of Breath of the Wild. Yes, that makes me concerned. Nintendo is a so-called family company. They've got family-friendly mascots and some badass mascots as well. They're not just that. But yes, it sounds like a low blow to the fans for them to do that. But maybe it's possible. You know, I'm not a graphics fag. But once again, watching that video, I saw at one point where two boulders appear on top of a cliff from a very close distance. Look at the draw distance of those boulders, that they are very close, and yet they appear like that. Their draw distance is too short. Such a short draw distance would barely be acceptable in the GameCube and PlayStation 2 era. That does not seem like a natural mistake, it seems like a forged one. Maybe I am thinking too much of it, okay? Maybe that's just me. But that was there, and I wonder if there are not more things like that, forged or unforged, throughout the game. And I really hope... Okay, I talked about my 5 most fears, my 5 biggest fears of Breath of the Wild, things that could spoil a little of the hype. Not spoil the game completely, but that would make it a little harder to really love that game, okay? I'm really more optimistic than pessimistic about Breath of the Wild. I am very much looking forward to it, but tell me, what are your fears about what they can do to Breath of the Wild to not really live to the full potential the game has for us who haven't played the game fully yet? And next Monday you will be able to see my list of 5 things that hype me the most in Breath of the Wild. Just tune in to Leo Sarum Games next Monday. That's my channel, YouTube channel, my Facebook page, Leo Sarum Games. And also you're watching this on The Gaming Generation, an awesome group I am part of. In The Gaming Generation we not only share gameplay videos, but I also do gaming reviews, and I do lists like this. Actually, this is the first list of this kind I make, and I plan to make more in the near future. So, tune in to The Gaming Generation YouTube and Facebook, and tune in to Leo Sarum Games YouTube and Facebook. Next Monday, the hype list. Tell me what are your 5 fears on the Breath of the Wild. Stay tuned, have a blast, because I know you will. My friends, the hype train is real, and you will see it. We just hope that it doesn't get derailed, okay? See you, my friends, very soon. Leo Sarum out.